And we're back, just like that. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nandy After Dark. I am your host, Coach Nandy, and we just had the craziest thing happen. Um, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. So you all couldn't hear me before. My microphone was green, okay, which means it's on. But I think what probably happened is I originally this was just for tonight's a taping in the lounge, and I originally just had the lounge on, and I noticed that people weren't logging in to the lounge. They were sending me messages saying that they can't find it, that kind of stuff. Which I don't know why they can't find it. They're in the lounge. They're members of the lounge, and they're in it all the time. I'm not gonna call any names, but so when I went to add different platforms instead outside of just our lounge like Facebook and YouTube. I think that kicks the sound out when I add those additional platforms on because you can do it. But I think that that's what it is. I think that the software um, company needs to fix that glitch because that's called the glitch as far as I'm concerned. So my microphone was green, very much so. And I'm just talking away because I know my mic's on green. And I happen to look down, and of course, 99,000 of you were telling me no sound. But it's not a me issue. It's one of those tech things. So I really think it again, because I added on the two additional platforms after we had already gone live. I think that might be the issue. So I'll send a note up to StreamYard about it. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I definitely do appreciate it. I've already done the hellos and the good mornings and all that stuff. So we are hi son doggy. Yeah, if you guys can hit the like, share, heart button, that would be appreciated. Let me see. Um, you okay? All right, we're gonna go through a quick little housekeeping. So everything that I say on this platform, verbally or written, is alleged and allegedly. Let me put my little picture up here. It's alleged and allegedly. I don't know anything. You don't know anything. I mean, unless you were actually in that situation with that person at that time, it's all hearsay and it's all alleged and allegedly. All right. Even me talking to Mr. Mobley, and I'll play a small little piece of the 2 hour tapes, hour and a half, however long it was, that I have with him. I'll play a small little piece of that for you guys tonight, just a smidget. But tomorrow is not a filming night for the lounge, so I will be online tomorrow at the Teammates Theater, and I will be releasing all the audio, and I'll get into why I'm going to do that and how I'm going to do that in just a little bit. All right. But everything I say is alleged and allegedly. And you as well as the teammates, written or verbal. Non-discriminatory. I do not discriminate against the LGBTQIA plus community. If I happen to say something that, seems like a slur, like you're a dyke, a man eater, whatever, I'm talking about the people I'm talking about. That would be Carmen and Zach. All right. Or whoever it is I'm talking about at that time. So non-discriminatory. And finally, hold harmless. From time to time, we'll have medical professionals on the panel, as we did with the dental practice that Carmen had her implants done at and told so many lies about. But we have them on, and we got a lot of great information about how implants work, the procedure, the policy, recovery, and all of that. So as we bring on more healthcare professionals, we will, just keep in mind that we have this hold harmless clause. So any information that you get from our healthcare professionals, you definitely need to check with your primary care doctor or specialist and get eyes and hands actually laid on you in real life, and take their advice. All right, that's that for the housekeeping. So let me take you down. All right. So you all know that Auntie, we went over it. Auntie did this 3-part series. Okay. I'm sorry, not 3-part, 5-part series And I called it a 5-part series when she did it, and I, reviewed it, etc. And now Cook the Crook with zero vocabulary is calling it a 5-part series. If she hadn't heard me say that, what would she be calling it? She released some audio tapes, please. Anyway, she released a 5-part series, as I said several days ago when she released it. And we went over it, we went through everything, but Tay and Carmen, they listened to it. We hadn't heard their so-called story until, what was it, today, when she was with that lady that calls herself a coach or whatever her name is. Listen, this is a very, very interesting. These are some interesting comments and commentary in this audio clip that I'm about to let you listen to. All right, so let me set it up. I was just reading a comment. So, Auntie said what she said. Okay. Basically, Tay was a demon child. You know what I'm saying? She went and got pregnant at 14. All that about the rape that they saying now, Carmen and Tay, I don't believe that shit. Can't believe anything they say, and I'm going to prove that to you tonight. All right. Pregnant at 14, fast in the ass. Lifelong, kicked out the military, having sex with the sergeants, allegedly. How I understood it to be. Kicked out the military because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing outside of the military. She's a wild child, still doing. You know how much of a tyrant you have to be to get kicked out of the military, any branch of it. Like, they want people, they need people. You got to be a real live stank ass bitch to get kicked out of the military, okay? Or Negro. You got to be real grimy with it for them to let you go. Because again, they need people. They're always recruiting, right? So we will definitely go through some of that. Some of Tay talking about woe is me, basically, tonight. What else? They were in this audio clip, they were talking about Tay being this great person, and everybody's lying, Auntie's lying. Tay, Tay's been this great person, even though she has a long criminal track record her entire life. It's not like she, stopped when she was younger. That would be different. I probably wouldn't even be talking about it. Or if she did something later in life and she made a stupid mistake, I wouldn't even be talking about it. But we're talking about 40 years of, stealing and killing. All right? 40 years of it. 40, 50, however many years she is old. So, we're gonna get into, dispelling some of the things that they're saying, like Mr. Mobley, Tay's ex-husband, didn't talk to. No, they didn't say he didn't talk to me because they knew they couldn't say that. They said that he didn't say it was a lie. It's all a lie. When Carmen is doing her act online, when she's trying to cover her ass, when she's trying to say something, to save face, her go-to is, it's a lie. It's all a lie. All of it, it's a lie. She say that every fucking time somebody has her by her clitoris, because she thinks she got some balls, but has her by her clitoris. Every single time. That's her default go-to. Oh, it's a lie. It's all a lie. We could prove it. You never proved shit ever. Okay? But I can prove it. I can definitely prove it. Y'all know one thing about me, one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I do not get on my platform and just make up lies. I don't do it. That's something I don't do it. I don't even have to tell you I don't do it. I don't do it. I hear a lot of things about a lot of different people, and I don't post that because if I don't think it has any merit, or if I think it's a lie, or if I'm not too sure, I'm not going to even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, just Cook the Crook. Just let me play some of the audio. I'll fast forward through certain parts, like Miss Girl. She has nothing to say. She's like an airhead, always trying to sound like she knows something. He doesn't know a damn thing. All right. Just a complete fool. But I'll skip through those parts, and we'll take a listen to Carmen saying everything that I said, that Mr. Mobley said was a lie. And and what he said about saying her being the best, you got a good one. Ain't no way he told you that, because I got tapes to prove that he thinks absolutely opposite of that shit that you said about you got a good one. So stop it. Y'all didn't count on me having my receipts. I don't know why. I always come with receipts when I come for y'all ass. So this is no different. All right, let's see. Want to be stud. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, y'all.
From city to city, dedicated.
Oh, wait, oh. Not that yet. That's Mr. Mobley. I'm going to let y'all hear a little piece of it. I'm going to let y'all hear, because this was just for the lounge. Really, it was. So I queued up a piece of the Mr. Mobley audio, the tapes that I have. And I was going to play it for the lounge members tonight. That's one of the perks of being a lounge member. You get to hear things first. But y'all wasn't logging in into the lounge for whatever reason. You couldn't get in, didn't get in, won't get, I don't know. So let me see.
And she want to fuck with me.
So I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Carmen, if you want to reach out to her and get to know her, because I kept at Tay, I'm like, Tay, I want to get to know your mom. I want to meet your mom. I know you're saying this and you're saying that. I really want to meet your mom. So Tay gave me my mom's number, and I reached out, and we had a trip planned. And something mentally, she went soft. Because we were gonna go to Vegas. She liked to gamble. I liked to gamble. We was just gonna hang out for like a week. And Skate in them got in the ear, and dollar signs went off, and she didn't want to fuck with me.
Ooh, wow.
That's how it went. And that's the honest God truth. I got text. I can play some text messages right now and show y'all some messages where this lady just cussed me out. She called me a whore. I ain't never been called no whore in my life.
Okay.
I ain't never been called a whore. I was like, a whore? I'm like, she could have came up with something else besides that, but she called me. I got text messages from last week where she called and cussed me out. I got voicemails of where this woman disrespecting and cussing me out. Because I stood up for my wife. You did a 5-part series against my wife, telling lies, putting business out. This is your child, your own flesh and blood, and you gave life, brought into this world. I did a 5-part series against my wife, telling lies, putting business out. This is your child, your own flesh and blood.
Lena, I think we can hear because that's
because Karina and my daughter, they decided not to have anything to do with Tay. I'm all happy-go-lucky, happy for my baby to come into town. So I found out, like, we ain't going out to dinner with her. We don't want to meet her. We don't want to talk to her. And it was never done because they didn't want that. Tay was excited to come to Atlanta and meet my friends and my part of the family. They didn't want to meet her from what they saw online because everybody, they were so used to me doing this and me doing that. I mean, I done fell in love. I mean, I'm shooting my videos and everything else. I'm gonna shoot these videos. I'm gonna head to Houston. I'm in Tay's house. I'm cooking. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do. That wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And another thing they want to say about, I know Tay mom fight. She fight a lot. I don't know how many times she's been to jail for fighting, but she fights a lot.
Let me pause for a second. You don't know how many times Tay's mom been to jail for fighting because she fights a lot. What the fuck does that have to do with the price of tails on pigs? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you just came out of the clip, like out of nowhere, talking about some, I know Tay's mom. So you just throwing the whole kitchen, everything in the kitchen sink at Tay's mom, trying to discredit her and talking about it's all lies. That's Carmen's biggest go-to statement. It's a lie. It's all lies. Bitch, the only person that lies constantly is you. And now your bride of Frankenstein, her too. Grandpappy and little Scrappy. All y'all do is sit up there and tell lies. And when somebody come, you know what I'm saying, and step up and have the receipts, y'all don't have shit to say. Then Y'all go offline for a couple of days, then come back acting like ain't shit wrong. How Tay is still sitting on camera, feeding her fat lips, Carmen Ante, with all this food, acting like everything's hunky-dory, when your mama done came out with a 5-part series against you and told everything about your crooked ass, and your ex-husband done came out and confided to your mortal enemy, okay, about your crooked ass. You got to be a real sociopath. I'm dead ass serious, y'all, to be acting like everything is perfectly fine. Oh, we still talking about the wedding. We still talking about nonsensical things. You got to be a real fucking psycho, all right, to push those things aside and act like everything's fine, knowing that everyone knows for real your dirty laundry. Not think they know because they saw some picture profile of you. No, because your actual family, your mom, got on and told us everything about you. And then your ex-husband confirmed all those things and told me other shit that I was like, what? Okay. And how you still sitting up there? A person like her who has no shame and who don't know how to be embarrassed, they are very dangerous people, not to be trusted, because they'll do anything and everything with themselves and with you as well, and won't feel no two ways about that shit when it's all effed up. You know what I'm saying? They won't give a damn. You see how she's acting like everything's normal? This is not normal. This is not normal behavior. All right, let me keep going. Just keep listening.
Y'all let the school take school y'all want to. Y'all run a background check on that. It's been my background recently. I know it several times. Mine squeaky clean. My background is squeaky.
She want us to believe her background squeaky clean. Y'all heard that? Your background is squeaky clean, Carmen, because your ass haven't been hemmed up yet in court. But you will be. It's just a matter of time. Like you some fucking angel.
I see a lot of people saying so percentage.
People like, you lost your only daughter and your granddaughter. I ain't lost mine. I haven't. Think what you may. Think what you may. Think what you may. You know what? I would never go online and disrespect my daughter. My child need me. I'll be there. I'm a flight away from Atlanta. My granddaughter, I still have constant communication with her. I haven't lost my only daughter and my granddaughter. God is gonna take care of this in prayer. And us working through whatever we need to work through. All I can do is leave it in God's hand. But I still have a relationship with my granddaughter, and I'm right here for my daughter if she ever needs me.
As you should be, and as a mother, that's who all of us are. So clearly there's some other stuff going on with her mother that I cannot diagnose, but there's some other stuff going on that she has to work out. Everyone has to work out what's on their plate. And to go to what Darnell said about responding, it's funny because people think that you guys are responding. I mean that they're responding to whatever you guys are doing, and I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. But I guess again, people don't fact check nothing. If someone tells them that you guys said something first and the mother's responding, or you guys said something first and the ops are responding, then they're not going to fact check that. They're going to just go on with it, and then a whole mob of people that's against you is created.
Right.
Because I don't understand that. I mean, you didn't start your own bullying campaign. You know what I mean?
And another thing, Lena, is like somebody just said, why don't you promote Ashley's Place? Do you understand that the barbecue sauces, Victoria's Earth and all that stuff, it was started with me and Ashley? I've always promoted my daughter's business. When she was High Value Wise, and she used to come on my page to get people off my page to go over to High Value Wise, it started with me. Okay, I will always support my daughter. And the thing is that when you go through something like this, my daughter is still the love of my life. Will always be the love of my life. That's my only child. I'm married now. It's just like anytime you become married, your wife and your husband will become first. Okay, well, my daughter will always be the love of my life. That's my only child.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to turn my back on mine or disrespect her or to say something about her, no. And do I think my daughter's a high value wife? I do, because I know who she is. I know I raised her as a child. She came out of my womb. I didn't come out of hers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's how it should be. And people don't think that. They think that you just walked away from your family, as if it's possible to walk away from somebody who you truly, authentically love for your whole life. You know, sometimes we have to allow people to make decisions and let them walk away, you know, and work on getting that relationship back behind the scenes.
I
But
know
you can't control everything.
I'm a great mother and a grandmother.
Right.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I know I am, and so many of you guys are, because we take pride in what we do. And I grew up in the 60s. We know what family is. We know what loyalty is. We know what it is to stand in the fire and in the rain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you've been handling it really well, Chef. And like I said, I'm proud of you. You've come a long way. You've come a long way. You've taken these tools that I've given you with coaching and everything, and you grabbed them and you held on to them. And
Let me pause. So I see a lot of y'all in the comments like, what kind of therapist gets or coach gets on live in the middle of some mess. I mean, she herself even said, do these people even think about what they're saying? They're so busy trying to sound intelligent and thoughtful and, well spoken and just sound like complete idiots. Like, what are you talking about? In one breath, this coach lady was saying, what if any person who wants to, any person that you want to do business with, before they do business, they will look you up. And if they find that you've been in the middle of a mess, they're not going to want to work with you. You think, Oprah, blah, 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 but you're in the middle of a mess, ma'am. Your ass is smack dab in the middle of it, getting online. You was also part of that celebratory, live that y'all had talking about, somebody losing their job and celebrating that and all that shit. You was right there in the middle of it. Not one time did you say, all right, y'all, let's, I know this has been going on for quite some time, and I know it's an emotional thing for you all, but let's please, this is not a joyous occasion. We don't want to celebrate the demise of anyone, especially a Black woman, because they love to throw that Black woman turn out there, just full of shit. Especially another Black woman. This is what she should have been saying. We don't want to celebrate the demise of another Black woman. We're just going to present this information as, we received it, and that's it. This is nothing to cheer about. This is not a victory. Your ass ain't say none of that shit. You sat right there and let Tay Carmen sing and dance to "She Gonna Lose Her Job" for a good 2 or 3 minutes. Not me. It's another page. So don't come on you make a fool these people, because they, you know what I'm saying? When I say these people, I mean Carmen and Tay. You might can fool them and their followers over there, but you ain't fooling nobody over here. All right. I know a person who knows what the hell they're talking about when I hear one, and you are not it. All right. You stay in the middle of shit. You had your name all over that girl, your mouth all over that girl's mouth and her jobs, and she's this and she's on this board and she's on that board. Meanwhile, your ass got all kind of stuff going on with you. Bankruptcies, thrown out of apartment, all kind of shit. You want to talk and highlight other people's shit and get in the middle of mess. That's not professional. As the people pointed out in the comments, I would never, ever seek the counsel of a person who is involved, as you are, in drama and giving and making all kinds of analysis on different people's personalities and what the mama got going on and this and that. Girl, you don't sound, I can't tell any difference between you and these bald-headed assholes online just running their mouth. You sound just like one of them. Where's the professionalism? Where's the insightfulness? Because that's what you be talking about, giving people tools. What tools? They still acting like assholes online. So what tools have you given them? They're still liars. They're still involved in mess all the time, Tan Crook. They still calling somebody a roach. That you now? Now your ass is the roach, okay? Now your ass is hemmed up against these Facebook streets, okay? With my foot on that jugular. I wasn't even coming for y'all. And y'all, you follow this page, you know I wasn't really like coming for gunning for them. I talk about their little Gucci shit that she bought her for Christmas or whatever, the Beyonce tickets. That's nothing. That's light work. But since y'all want to be so nasty and devious and spiteful and then try to throw your hands, okay, bitch, let me look up your husband. Not look him up because I already had his information. But let me pull up your ex-husband and let me see if I can get him to chit-chat. I couldn't shut him up. I could not shut that man up. I'm going to share a small clip with you guys of something that he said, not what I shared earlier, something different. And like, girl, like, get your own life in order. To the coach, how you coaching somebody, but you getting evicted from here and there, allegedly, you know, all these different places, all the shit that's been posted out there. You need to chill and step back. Your ass don't never need to come online when these two charlatans are online, because they're going to be connected to your name. Anyway, let me continue this little last bit of this tape and we'll talk a bit more.
And you're utilizing them to work in your life to bring you to a place of peace and fulfillment in your life.
And right, and see, the thing is Taze never said you know, don't talk to Ashley, don't do this, don't do that. Taze always push, you know, baby, even if you need to go see your daughter, if you need to go see your granddaughter, whatever you need to do, go back to Atlanta. Anytime you feel like you want to do something, you know, because it stresses her out. She's worried, she's not happy that Ashley and I's relationship is strained. And she had nothing to do with it, but she's to blame for it. How can you have nothing to do with it and at the same time be to blame for it? And then you worry because you know, Tay know that any mother wants to be a part of their child's life. And she just
skirt pause right there. Any mother, this is took, this crook, would want to be a part of their child's life. Carmen, you the same person who up-assed and upended your entire life, okay, for 2-bit Tay, for Lil Scrappy. You gave it all up for Lil Scrappy. So how in the hell, okay, are you on trying to act like you the world's best mother? And Ashley told the tale, if y'all remember, because if I'm lying, y'all straighten me out. Because I don't get on my microphone and start lying like they asses do. Ashley said that they were never close. She said we were never close. We were working on it. We were, you know, these last few years or whatever, recently, we were working on trying to be close and have a connection. But you've never been close to your daughter. And I also heard, again, this is all hearsay. I don't need to keep saying allegedly. I'm not doing that. I already put the disclaimer out there. It was also said that you used to give her whoopings and beatings and shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe that shit too. You look like the kind of person who will haul off and slap the shit out of somebody, but you ain't gonna haul off and slap the shit out of nothing on Tay, baby. Cause Tay is calling all the shots and Tay is wearing the strap. Yes. Oh yes, I said it. Oh yes, you heard it right. Carmen is the leg thrower backer. She throw the legs back. And Tay wears the strap. And all of that, that's why she looks so uncomfortable when Tay be like correcting her when they're out. Because she knows she can't say anything back because Tay don't play. Okay? Let's finish listening to this and then we'll talk a little bit more. But I just can't stand here her acting like she's the mother of the year. Girl, no. You ain't shit. You never been shit. And you ain't gonna be shit. Yes, I said it. Isn't that what Tay said to her mother? No, that's not appropriate. But it is appropriate for me to say to Carmen, and that shit is true.
sits here, she said, you know, anything you want to do. Anything you want to do, anything I can do. Even if it means you going and I have to stay behind.
Right. And that's how a marriage works. To think that anyone will be happy, I guess you would have to be completely dysfunctional to I'm sorry guys. I think that you would have to be completely dysfunctional to think that or to be the type of parent where, you know, you don't love your child like you don't love them. Something
This
is
person right here, Gwendolyn Rochelle Thompson Mouse says, my child come before my spouse. Husband and our wives come before. I don't understand that, but even the Bible will tell you certain things. We're not gonna make this a biblical thing, but
and higher than that.
You know what, Lena? But Lena, the thing is Ashley's married. But guess what?
That's what I was gonna say.
Ashley's husband comes before me.
You, and she said it. She said it on public. She said it publicly. This is not a little child. Now, of course, your it's a small child like Victoria comes first, of course, because she's a child. But you're talking about a married, grown adult. You don't put that grown adult before your spouse.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
Show Carmen how to do something because I'm leaving. I was left and I came back real quick. When you're done with this live, hit end broadcast. Okay? I want to make sure you do that because if you
have hatred toward.
Tell you now, we have a mind of our own. We have strong minds. And we didn't know Chef Val, but we knew what was being done. But we never said anything about Chef Val. We don't know Chef Val. So you can't make me hate Chef Val because you don't like her. So why are so many people disliking me and Tay, which we don't give a fuck? Because
pause. Okay. So she's in this video. Just now, she just said, like they was steady throwing up people names, throwing names into shit that she should not be doing. Why are you involved in that Chef Val, Valerie, whatever her name is? Chef Val? Why are you involving her in your bullshit? Talking about just like they was talking about what's with Chef Val. We don't even know Chef Val. We don't have no problem with her. We knew what was being done. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what was being done. You don't even know what you're talking about right now. What was being done to who? Chef Val? From who? Boss lady? Because that's what you're implying. Like, you're so full of shit, Carmen. And if you all remember the whole Grindergate and the shadiness that Carmen and Tay, I showed y'all the clip. I pulled that clip and I showed it to you. Carmen and Tay were in a hotel per usual because the hoes tell. And they were sitting up there talking, looking at their videos. It was the night that the other chef was doing the grinder sandwich. And it was like, oh, somebody over here making a grinder sandwich. She's like, who making a grinder sandwich? I bet you nobody ain't making one like mine. I bet you she ain't. She could never, just saying all this little shady shit, and they laughing and kikiing. Meanwhile, your cold cut trio was the real fucking laugh of the night. You know what I'm saying? You had what, salami, bologna, and pastrami? I don't know what you had on your shit, but it didn't look like what that lady made over there. But you were absolutely throwing shade. So for you to sit up here talking about you don't know her, you never said anything about you, we don't have no problems with her. You and Tay both were showing your ass that night that lady was making a grinder sandwich because you had made one about a week or so before, and it looked like a piece of POS, a piece of shit. It did. So stop lying. We got the tapes. Oh, and then she's like, and they talking about me and Tay. Not that we give a fuck. You do give a fuck. You just was talking about taking your own life a couple of weeks ago, crying all the time, under severe depression. Tay going in the closet crying. Stop fucking lying, Carmen. You're the one with the short-term memory issue, not us.
Somebody else don't like it.
You don't give a damn. I don't give a. Okay, but I want to say one.
From what I get from her, and I don't know her at all, but from what I get from what she just said, even when Darnell, the other person that you was on the interview with, I don't like to name people's names. I don't really want to do that. But when you was on it, what is her name?
Now nobody want to name names like I don't.
Doing an interview with. I mean, not doing an interview, but you went on her live. Okay. So she even said that in the beginning, Chef Bao had told her and gave her a proper proposition and said, and I think I'm quoting this right. If I'm wrong, leave it alone. But uh, in order for like if you want to do business, you have to get rid of this part of you. And that person
Right.
said, well, this is who I am, or whatever. So they proceeded, But that speaks volumes about businesswomen. And let me just say, this is the thing. We're talking about all of these women that are in business for themselves, right? When you hold on to a reckless, which I consider a reckless part of yourself, and the only reason why I say it's reckless is because if it's negatively charged anger towards anyone, and you find yourself in that emotional state constantly, every day in, day out, it's doing something to your physical body, and it's not good for you, right? And other than that, I mean, aside from that, it's not good for business either. Like, for instance, you make it to Oprah status. You can't make it to Oprah status with any kind of negative energy or a whole bunch of negative stuff out there about you.
Right.
So with Chef Bao stating that, you know what, this is not good for, the look that I want to portray to people, it's fair. It's absolutely fair. Because when you have that boss mindset and you know where you want to go and you want to go up, people do research, and the internet is out here. I wouldn't do business with anyone who I see. I don't care what the justification is. If I see you online and you have a whole bunch of mess, now I'll do business as a life coach because I can fix that person. But if I have merchandise and all that other stuff and I want to, excel in my company, I would never do business with a person.
Yeah,
and
like
I
nobody
see them
would
being
ever do
extremely
business with
messy
your
online,
ass.
or I see them retaliate.
All right. Hold on, y'all. Enough of these charlatans. Enough of these lying ass, scheming ass skeezers. Why is Carmen being the spokesperson for Tay and her mom? You don't even know Tay, Carmen. You don't know Tay, and you certainly don't know her mom. And where's Tay? Tay sits back. Tay don't like to get her hands too dirty. You know what I'm saying? She send a dum to to talk her dumb talk. You know what I'm saying? She send a dummy to bump them gums. You know what I'm saying? And get the backlash and this and that. Tay's a master manipulator, just like her ex-husband told me. I told y'all, and when I laid it all out after I had that interview with him, conversation interview, whatever, I told you guys everything he said. And one of the things that I said that he said to me was that Tay looks for people who are lesser than. I told y'all that. And when I played the tape, didn't y'all hear him use those exact words? Tay looks for people who are lesser than. I just played the tape. It's posted up on all my platforms. So I didn't lie about anything, honey. I couldn't even make that stuff up that man told me because it was so outlandish. Like, I couldn't even make that up. I don't know what I would have said. Like, how do you make something up on a person like Tay? Like, it's so many endless possibilities because she's so fucking skeevy and scammy. Both of them. So, let me see. Before I play that tape, let me see. So, okay. So Tay and organic. Okay. So Carmen's saying how she doesn't want Tay to go back to work. She's my wife and she don't have to go back. Bitch, you don't even have a job. Where's your job at? Talking about you don't want to go back to work. You're not working. Okay? And that income is dwindling down, darling. It's dwindling. From the Gucci, was it Gucci? All the Gucci and the Gucci scarves and flying the family out to New York and getting married and buying 2 fur coats and eating out surf and turf dinner, lobster and steak every single night, going to Las Vegas, just tricking up the money. I mean, all of these things, renovating the closet, all of these things that they've been doing. This is paying that $20,000 that Tay stole from her mom through fraud. That these things are adding up. I don't know about y'all, but if I take a $20 bill out the house with me, let's say $100 bill. I take a $100 bill out the bank and I go break it. Once you break a bill, that shit's gone. All right, it's going. You like, where did I spend $100 at? I only bought X, Y, and Z. That money is going fast. They're not keeping tabs of it. They are spending to their heart's content. Tay is getting everything she wanted out of Carmen and more. A larger platform. Certainly. Didn't they just celebrate 75K or something like that? A larger platform, which equates to more money. Tay, this is what Tay wanted from Carmen and what she got. A larger platform equals to more money, more followers, etc. The bag, the money from the sale of the. Who do you think convinced Carmen to sell that business? That was Tay in her ear. Ain't no way. All these years, Carmen and Karina been in business with this I Got You brand. And with Karina being 50% owner and Carmen being 50%, it started out 25-75, but then Carmen needed more money to support her gambling and drug habits, drinking habits. So she got it bought in for another 25%. So that's what made them 50-50. It was Tay was the mastermind. See, this is coming in a docuseries that I'm doing. Y'all think, oh, we done seen everything they did. I don't give a fuck what you've seen. You haven't seen what I know they were thinking at the time that they were doing these scenes. That's the whole purpose of a satirical docuseries. Listen, Tay wanted Carmen to sell that house. This is going to be the docuseries. Them hugged up in the bed and Tay like, baby, you need to go ahead and sell that business and let that shit go. In my mind, this is how it went. They laid up, booed up. Tay got her nose covered because she don't want to smell that stank ass breath of Carmen's. They laid up in the bed, little Pappy and Grandpappy and little Scrappy. Baby, come in. You need to go ahead and sell that business because boss lady, she ain't shit. Like she's sitting up there. She got 50% of the business and she ain't letting you do what you want to do when you want to do it. You a boss. Shit, fuck that. Go ahead and sell that business, baby. Sell the business, get the money out of it. In my mind, get the money out of it and let that shit go. I wish I would work on a hot dog stand so you could let all that shit go. You get that money, you get that bag, baby. I'll let you use the strap on me for a change. Bitch, I know. Listen, okay? Ain't nobody telling me a dang on thing about Took and Crook's level of crookery. That shit's off the charts, okay? And you heard what Mr. Mobley said. He said, is that the one I played for y'all? Let me think about it. No, I'm gonna play it right now for y'all though. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Yes, this one, but I have to cue it up. All right, while I cue this up.
Man. Carmen is.
Let me take this one down. Hold on, y'all. Mr. Mobley said she ain't shit. Talking about some Carmen, talking about some. You know what he did tell me? He told me that what he said, how y'all help me out? What she lied and said, he told me you got a good one. You're a damn, he ain't no way that man told you that, honey. That's a lie. That is a complete lie. Hold on, let me see. Y'all done barked up the right tree. I was just sitting here minding my business, just talking a little bullshit, nothing too heavy about them. But now that y'all sitting up here trying to call my bluff and say I'm lying about shit, we ain't doing that. Who the hell keeps trying to message me while I'm on live? Oh, y'all, by the way, I talked to Auntie while I queued this up. And because I wanted to know what she felt about all this. Hey, are you getting ready to do a part 6? Or, you know what Auntie said? She told me that she is it in here? It's not in here. She told me she's over it. She said she's not making a response. She said what she had to say. And I told her about the airline tickets too. Like, I think we should start a GoFundMe for you, or, at least put your Cash App up so people could go in on getting you an airfare ticket to go out there to pull, press the charges against Tay and all that stuff. And we had a good laugh about it. And, in the end, she was just saying that she's going to do it on her own time. And I completely understand that. Hold up.
During our marriage. So she dedicated.
I hear this bombshell. Let me take a little swag of my cranberry juice. Ooh, cranberry juice on ice, so good. Sharon Washington said Tay wanted that bag immediately. Exactly. They didn't address about the fraud. Why? They're not going to talk about that at all. She's bringing her check stubs to a live soon. Says what difference it makes if you bring your check stubs. You're not working for that company. Right. The strap. You better know it. Took be all up in them guts. And Took says she has a lot more money than Crook. Yeah, because she got Crook's money in her bank account. That is true. Police. Use something else, I know. Tay definitely was in financial trouble at that time, no doubt. Like, you still got a credit card opening your mama name. Kim said about Tay, she got a good one. Okay, listen. Get my clothes together. Put my Aunt Jemima scarf on. Uncultured swine. Listen. So, as you all know, for the people who just joining, we got 1,100 people on here right now between Facebook and YouTube. You can't see the Facebook numbers and the YouTube numbers together. You can't see them. Only I can see them, or the person who's hosting the live, not me, but me in this case. But the person who's hosting the live can see the cumulative number of watchers. Listen, as you all know, I talked to Tay's husband, and he was singing like a bird, baby. Very nice gentleman, by the way. And I asked him if he minded that I shared what we were talking about, with you guys, with the masses. And he said, no, I don't care. I mean, that's on tape too. All right. So I was not trying to pull out the tapes because I just wasn't trying to pull them out. I didn't think I needed to pull them out. I think that at this point, I've been on this platform for several months. And y'all know I don't bring anything to this platform that I don't believe is absolute truth. I don't. Okay. And so y'all know also I don't fuck with anyone else. Like all these influencers, not all, but some of them that got their name with my mouth on it, don't fuck with me, yo. Listen, don't let this good diction fool you. Like I definitely can get as grimy as the grimiest of y'all, but that's not what I'm here for. So keep my name out your mouth. Stay in the bushes over there with your bullshit. And I don't mess with anybody. The only people I mess with that I talk about, discuss on this platform are Carmen and Tay. That's it. All right. So since Carmen and Tay had their big girl panties on here recently, talking a lot of shit, getting smart and nasty with people and calling names and making fun of Black culture and Black heritage and Black textured hair and dark skin. Since they was doing all that, I decided to go ahead and pull Mr. Mobley's number up and give him a call. See what he had to say. I didn't know what he was going to say. He might have told me she was the best woman in the world. Maybe. I didn't know. I just knew he had something to say about her ass if he was married to her for several years. Sure enough, he told me. So I've already charged you guys $10 for the breakdown, the narrative that I did, right? I'm not going to charge you. So, okay. That was the narrative that I did without his video recordings, all right? His audio recordings. Since they want to say, oh, she's lying. Since you want to call me a liar, now it's time to bring the receipts out. I wasn't even trying to bring them out, but now it's time because there's other shit on there too that he said that I didn't even tell y'all about. All right. So I have opened the theater back up, and tomorrow, not tonight, tomorrow night, I think 10 p.m. I have it posted. It's up. It's posted already over in the Teammates Theater. I am releasing the audios, all of them, untouched, and none of that, unedited. I'm releasing them just like it's exactly how the conversation flowed. Okay. And since you all have already heard me break down everything he said, I'm not going to charge you $10 again to listen to the audio, but I am going to charge you $5. So if you want to, and already you guys have, a lot of you have already signed up for the theater. Like you've already sent me your screenshot. It's $5. Listen, this is not information you can get from anybody else on the internet. This is not recycled news. This is not shit people know. There's no place on the planet that you can get what I'm about to tell you because it's not out there. This is something that I work for to bring forth for you all. I secured this, and so I should secure the bag as well. I don't know and care how other people run their pages. Y'all already know how I feel about that. If they ain't doing it like that, they ain't doing it right. Period. Okay? So tomorrow at 10 p.m., I will go live. I'm not just going to release the recordings. I'm going to go live, and I will be interacting with you, stopping and pausing the narrative so we can think about it and digest the things that he's saying, et cetera, et cetera. All right? It's $5. It works exactly like it worked before. All right? So you send $5 to my Cash App, and I will, and send me a screenshot, all right, of your send me a screenshot of your $5, and I will let you into the theater tomorrow. Now, I need to say this also because this actually happened. Let me turn my camera on a little bit. I'm sorry. This actually happened the last time we had our recordings. So anytime I drop something, especially like this, that's exclusive, nobody else has it, you ain't gonna find this anywhere on the earth. This is some shit work that I put in and that I got the results for. Point blank, period. People gonna be stalking it. They're gonna be hawking it, stalking it, and they want to. They're gonna want to leak it. That's how the internet works. I'm not dumb. I've been doing this for a long time. I might have just got this platform, but I've been online since AOL, baby. Okay, and since Yahoo chat rooms and AOL chat rooms, I've been on the internet since it's been around. Okay, I have an AOL email address. So people are going to want to hack it and not hack it, leak it. And I understand. Am I happy about that? No. But if people are going to leak something that I did, listen carefully. This is important. If people are going to leak something that I did, which that happens sometimes, I'm going to just release my own work. So any type of leakage that they're doing, they're not going to benefit from it much because I'm going to release it. I am the original custodian of this data, of this information. So in case you were wondering, and not one of you actually had reached out to me and said, Nandy, why did you release it the next day if you charged us anyway? Y'all understood it. And they didn't get it the first time that I did the Auntie interview. Sometimes you have to do certain things, because people are going to put your information out there and profit from it. So I'm very grateful to you all. I definitely wanted to just take a moment and say that I'm very grateful to you all for understanding that, because I explained it before I released it. People were already talking about it in all the blogs and chat rooms and shit. So of course I'm gonna release my own work. The benefit of paying for a live event in our Playmates Theater, though, this is something they can't replicate, is I'm actually live and interacting with you who are actually present and paid your money to get in, answering your questions, bantering back and forth with you, breaking things down. You're getting the real live version. Anything that's leaked or that I produce later, that's the recorded version. They're not going to have the same level of they're not going to have any interaction with me because it's a leaked version or it's a version that I published after the fact. So that's the difference between paying for something, why people pay for something, and the next day it's out there anyway. You paying for the live interaction because in the world we live in now, everything is leaked all the time. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and clear that up. Tomorrow, we will be doing, get back to the comments. Tomorrow, I will be letting people in starting tomorrow afternoon. I'm not taking any more payments after 7 p.m. tomorrow. I need to let everybody in and get everything situated. All right. So it's, AOL. So it's $5 and it works exactly as it did before. Send me a screenshot of your Cash App that you did it, and I will let you into the theater when we start at 10 o'clock, breaking it down and listening to the audio tapes of Mr. Mobley telling us everything. All right. So let's listen to a little quick clip. I took a little. Oh, and if you're a lounge member, of course you don't pay anything. Just show up to the lounge or the theater, either one, and I'll let you in. All right. So here's a little clip that I took of Mr. Mobley telling me something about Tay. And you can hear in his voice he's happy, he's jovial, he you know what I'm saying? He has no cares, he gives zero fucks about, speaking his truth, which I appreciate. Let's see. All right, hold on.
A major part of her life. I mean, she'll move from city to city, state to state, just so that she could get in a school that she could find somebody. I'm just gonna say what it is, so she can manipulate and make it through the course.
Right.
Right. So then, once you get through the course, you got to take the state. Right.
Right.
So each state is different. So you failed it so many times in Florida, you can't take it no more. They want you to get retrained. Right.
Damn.
So then you move to Virginia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, her mama ain't gonna tell what the real deal about. You know what I'm saying? She's just gonna keep it clean.
Right.
Tay did something that she shouldn't did, and she don't think she did that wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So so basically, if you swindle your mama,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody safe.
So in this audio, you hear him say that she moved from state to state, school to school, trying to find an easy way to get into nursing school because she was dumb. She didn't know how to do the work. And, and that she's a hustler and a swindler. And if you swindle your own mama, you will swindle anybody. Nobody's safe. That came straight out of his mouth, baby. You heard it, and I did not alter it in any way, shape, fashion, or form. That's what the man said. Yep. He said, ain't nobody safe. And when you take us in, let me play it again. Hold on. That bears repeating. Let me play this whole little clip again.
Dedicated during our marriage. So she dedicated a major part of her life. I mean, she'll move from city to city, state to state, just so that she could get in a school that she could find somebody. I'm just gonna say what it is. So she can manipulate and make it through the course.
Right.
Right. So then once you get through the course, you got to take the state. Right.
Right.
So each state is different. So you failed it so many times in Florida, you can't take it no more. They want you to get retrained. Right.
Damn.
So then you move to Virginia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, her mama ain't gonna tell what the real deal about. You know what I'm saying? She's just gonna keep it clean.
Right.
Tay did something that she shouldn't did, and she don't think she did that wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, if you swindle your mama,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody safe.
Baby, Mr. Mobley goes on and on to tell me all her little dirty secrets, honey. Let me take this down. He goes on and on to tell me all of her little dirty secrets. And again, I've been sitting on his number, and I have the ex before him. I have his number too. I have both of your ex-husband's number, okay? And not the gay one, because then she's trying to make people think that somebody sent me something where Tay was trying to twist the words. It might have been her mom. I'm not sure. It was somebody to try to make it seem like the person who I was talking to was her gay husband. No. Mr. Mobley's not gay, and it's not your gay husband. But he did divorce your ass, okay? And he called you a hustler, a swindler, you know what I'm saying, an opportunist, a comer-upper off of other people's shit, all that we already knew about you, Tay. And I wasn't even trying to release and unleash this on you until y'all kept running your fucking mouth and saying very disrespectful things about Black women. Then y'all want to talk about Black women and where's the grace? Y'all want to talk about Black women and, Black culture and all this stuff. This is not a Black woman thing. This is a you and Carmen thing. This is not Black or white. This is about y'all and the bullshit that y'all have been doing and the havoc that you've been wreaking on people's lives all of your lives. And Carmen had the nerve to sit there and say, my record's squeaky clean. Bitch, that's because they haven't caught up to you. Your record might be squeaky clean, but that soul is dirty. Okay? It's filthy and dirty. Let me get into some of these comments. Yes, somebody was asking what's my Cash App. That's what it is. It's D7900. It's $5. It's not $10 this time. It's $5. And we will go through the audio. So I'm going to play all the audio for you, and we'll talk about it. I'll give my take on it. That's what you're here for. And all that stuff. Reaching JC Ministries. Don't tell me how to run my fucking platform. You blocked. Don't get in my inbox crying to get brought back in, because I don't even want to hear it. People are always trying to tell you how you should do something. You should do. Go ahead and release them. No. What the fuck I look like release? No. I'm not even going down that road with these people at all. At the end of the day, he was still the leader of that household. And if she did all that under his thumb, what does that say about him? Well, I tell you, I'll say this for him. And in his defense, he may have been the leader of the household, but he's the one who actually divorced her ass too. And a lot of these things happened before he married Tay. Okay, these are things that she told him and confided in him. So there's that. Thanks, Missy. I appreciate it. Diana Rogers, he still ain't listening. Nope. She's still not listening. The last I heard, Tay's not even black. That's according to Tay. That's what I'm saying. Oh, black women. First of all, Carmen don't even consider herself to be a woman. That's number one. Number two, Tay don't consider herself to be black. That's number two. So who are y'all talking about, please? Hey, Kathy. Hi, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy's so sweet. Can I do PayPal? Yes, my PayPal address is up there too. It's on the screen. Delightful one. It seems like when it's time for the monthly payout, Cook Carmen on with a long live lying. She always lying. This lady lies constantly, yo. Tay is using Cook, pimping a senior citizen. That's why she did nothing to do with Cook's family. Listen, Mr. Mobley tells it all. He said she's going to use you and abuse you until there's nothing left. Those were his exact words. Miss Ingleton said, ain't nobody safe. You ain't lying. You listening? You better, idiot. I know that's right. Listen, y'all. I want to show you guys another quick little clip of Tay being the dominant one in the relationship, telling Carmen to shut up, telling her to stop talking. And you know, when Tay doesn't want Carmen to say something on camera, it could be anything. She interrupts her, or she'll squeeze her arm or pinch her. We've heard Carmen say before, stop pinching me. Or, you know, she'll make a face, or she'll whatever. So Carmen and Tay were at home and they were answering questions, and somebody asked Carmen and Tay to tell their coming out story. And I was like, okay, they want to know their coming out story. And so immediately Carmen was like, okay, yeah, like she was into the conversation. But Tay was like, we ain't talking about that. Like, she's very, very aggressive. She's very aggressive. She's very controlling, Tay. She's very domineering. And she's the strap wearer in the relationship, point blank, period. Okay? And I'm here to tell you that Cook the Crook, she's like, she's going to get her ass beat. She's going to get served up, baby. Soon as Big Dick Tyrone hooks up with Tay and she called Big Dick and tell him, Big Dick, I'm ready. They got a little code. See, listen, Tuck and Big Dick Tyrone, baby, they've been working on people scamming men and women for decades. And they got a little code. The code, in my mind, the code is Tuck calls Big Dick and say, I'm ready. And he knows that means whatever nigga she got over there, whatever stud she got over there, that means he got to go over there and they both want to jump on him and whoop some ass. and kick them out and put them out on the curb. All right. And, that's all she got to do is call Big Dick and say, I'm ready. And that's it. He knows what time it is. And Carmen is going to get really hurt, y'all. She's going to, more than just her feelings, she's going to have she's going to get hurt. This is going to be turned very physical. We've already seen them play, fighting and choking and doing shit. And I don't play like that in my relationship. I don't know about you. But anyway, let me play a little bit of this clip for you all, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Look at these two fools sitting there. Why the fuck does Tay always have a hat on in the house? Can somebody help me understand that? Hold on. Let me see. Video file. Mm-hmm. It's custom. Okay, there we go. Two studs I've never known two studs to work in a relationship. I don't know everything at all, but I know that. Not harmoniously, I can tell you that. This one. I mean, bossy as hell. It's this one.
Woo. Y'all, Chrisette Michelle. Google her.
Oh, okay. Tanya, I wasn't
something.
sure because I don't know what to expect from people nowadays. And I don't really think it's really relevant. I mean, I don't.
It made Tanya, you know what, Tanya T, I think is relevant. You don't know why, baby?
Why?
Because of all the hate against us. I mean, we've gotten so much.
Do you know what the question was?
Yeah, so much. We've gotten so much gay bashing, so it's not even funny.
Pause. They got some. Carmen just be pulling stuff out of her behind all the time. You got gay bashing. Who's been gay bashing you? Who's been sending you these threatening emails and letters? These letters written in blood. In my mind, that's how you present it. Where's the receipt? I've never seen one authentic, receipt. I've never seen even in an inauthentic receipt from these hoes. I've never seen one receipt from any of them about all these claims of death threats, people trying to kill and want to kill them, and X, Y, and Z, gay bashing them. Carmen, stop lying. She's always trying to play on people's emotions and pull at people's heartstrings to try to get them to feel sympathy for her and, line her pockets. Please.
We've gotten so much, and we continually get it.
Your coming out story?
Oh, my coming out story?
Yeah, like I don't really want to. I don't think that's really nothing we need.
Well,
to
my
discuss.
coming out story.
We're not going to discuss it on this right now. We may do something at another time, but not on this.
I'm gonna give them a little bit of some.
No, not on this. Not on this live.
But like
we can have a live and talk about it.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not even finna go into. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen, Linda, listen.
What?
What's happening right now?
Okay.
Is Tay has muted the muted Carmen. She turned the microphone off after she insisted to Carmen that no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this right now. Absolutely not. We can do it another time. And when Carmen proceeded to try to still tell her story, Tay muted the microphone. This shit is gonna be bad, y'all, because Carmen's used to being the one in charge in her relationships. Y'all seen her sweet little girlfriends in the past. Alana, so sweet and demure. Even Stephanie, her ex-wife, she's sweet. She's a femme. And, Carmen's used to, she used to putting her pimp down. But baby, you got the pimp, okay? You got the pimp, all right? And she not playing those games. Tay actually muted this lady's microphone so she could not talk because Tay didn't want her to speak. That shit is controlling, and if someone did that to me, we wouldn't be together anymore. Let me rewind it back. Hang on.
We can have a live and talk about it.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not even going to go into listen to what I'm saying. Listen, Linda, listen.
Not on this.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of
no, not on this. Not on this live.
But like
we can have a live and talk about it.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not even going to go into listen to what I'm saying. Listen, Linda, listen.
What?
Muted.
Okay, I grew up in the 60s.
Let me take that down. Baby, listen. I mean, have you met me? I'm a very assertive person. There's a difference between assertive and aggressive. I'm a very assertive person. I assert myself in everything, in most everything that I do. Work, business, outside of work, and everything. I'm an outspoken person. And I know that when I'm in a relationship, it's important for me to be with a man who is secure in his manhood, because a person like me don't just lay down. You know what I'm saying? Because you said so. You ordered me not to say something, and then you turn my mic off, and I'm gonna sit there like some child. That's not how I roll. So, it's a certain type of man who appreciates women like me, right? And anything else, like a man who's insecure with himself, or you know what I'm saying, you're going to always be button heads. You're always going to be fighting for that number one spot, for the top spot. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting to be the pack leader. And I don't personally, I don't find that, no, that's not my cup of tea. But clearly, it's Carmen's, it's Tay's cup of tea, because Tay's the domineering one. Tay knows exactly what she's doing. Tay is breaking Carmen down day by day. That's what she's doing. She's letting her know, what you say don't matter. Shut up. I'm doing the talking, dummy. She was criticizing her the other day. I showed you guys a video. You gotta hold your food like that. And I was like, what? And Carmen tried to play it off and ignore her and ask for some more bread, even though she said she was full. And then, of course, Tay brought it right back around. Do you gotta hold your food like that? And then she's like, she looked at her arm and looked down, and she said, I don't know. And then she dropped it. She put it down like an obedient dog. And then Tay said in the next breath, you got to sit. Why are you sitting like that? Do you got to sit like that? And she was like, huh? And she was like, sitting, like, why are you sitting like that? She was like, I don't know. It's comfortable. She said, what? She said, it's comfortable. That's how she said. That's a Carmen. That was her second way, the second time she said it. She was like, because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. All docile, and you know what I'm saying? No. Hell no. Absolutely no. Like, Tay knows what she's doing. She's wearing Carmen down. She's wearing her ass down like brake pads, baby. She is letting her know who's boss, letting her know what's up, and keeping her ass in check. She acts like she's embarrassed of her whenever they go out and they go public places all the time. She's always criticizing her, chastising her, belittling her, throwing her under the bus. That's her favorite thing to do to Carmen. And Cook the Crook just sits there and take it all. You know why? Because she has no recourse. She has no place to go. She can't go to her. Where's her family? She done cussed all them out and damned them all to hell. Her family, her friends, granddaughter, the lady who cooks up to the stove. I ain't seen none of them. What's that other lady with them big ass beady eyes over there? Miss Cleo. I ain't seen Miss Cleo at all. They caught Miss Cleo eventually. Calling me now. Miss Cleo claims she was a psychic. Like this one claims she's what does she call herself? A doctor or some shit? I don't know. She's not. But I mean, Carmen has burnt bridges with a lot of people, and therefore now she has to sit in her own pile of shit, because that's what it is. You have to sit in it because you don't have any recourse, nowhere to go, and that's exactly the way Tay wanted it to be from the beginning. That's it. That's all. Let me look at some of the comments and see what you all are saying. No place, and Tay's holding the money in that order. Yeah, did you see the pictures that Crook posted on Facebook? Oh, and by the way, I guess Tay reached 75,000 tonight, followers, lamb chops, whatever the hell she calls them. And so tonight they released the name of the person who's singing at their wedding reception, Chrisette Michelle. Okay. She ain't Keisha Cole. Let's see. No place in Tay holding the money. Tay done ran everyone off. She's off her. It's over. Tay is most definitely a huge narcissist. Massive narcissist. Let me go back to my slides. Let me see something. Take my picture down. Let me see. So I don't know if you all, maybe not all of you have seen this, because quite a few of you online right now, but these are some psych terms that I have assigned to these two fools, right? They definitely both have narcissistic personality disorders, and they're both definitely sociopaths, all right? A sociopath, in a nutshell, is a person who has no regards of other people's rights, feelings, etc. They do and say shit to people all the time to hurt and manipulate them, and they have no conscious, like no type of, consciousness about it. They're not, their self-conscience button is turned off completely. Like their conscience doesn't speak to them at all. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that, or their conscience is not at play. That's who they are. They manipulate others for personal gain. These two are two charlatans, baby. But see, Carmen's used to being the one to be the head charlatan in charge. Oh no. Tay ain't gonna never let you run her, baby. Let me see. Not them getting the same chick that sung for Trump. Tell it, Miss Smith. And everyone needs $250. Is that how much they're charging per person? Wow. Crook's really been drinking a lot lately. Well, she has to drink away her sorrows. This lady is, let me tell you, she's in trouble. Carmen is in trouble. She's in deep shit with this one. You can't really walk away because you rushed to get married. Okay. You got this woman, you got to take, Carmen went from saying, I buy my watches at the gas station, I showed y'all the video, to saying, oh, the other night when they were out on a date, and Tay was saying, price, why are you looking at that? So what does that matter? That doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. That's like, price is nothing. That means nothing. We get whatever we want. And Carmen was like, you're right, I usually don't look at prices. You're a damn lie, Carmen. You got your watches, your drawers, and your bras from the gas station. And no, hell no. You wasn't even trying to buy yourself red snapper at HEB the other day because it was too expensive because you were looking at prices. These two just say anything in the moment and think that people are not smart enough to understand what's really happening. Chrisette Michelle, somebody said, who the fuck is that? What is she saying? I don't know. I mean, isn't she the one? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Isn't she the one who got the ass implants and they went wrong and she had to get them pulled out and she was in a beef with Tamar? Is that the same person? I don't know. Drinking so she can talk shit. Yep. Like Auntie said, Cook don't know how to get out. Cook's dumb as fuck and deserves every bit of this karma on her ass, and good. Yep. Rico really knows what's going on, but he acts scared to say something to Carmen. That's true. Tay doesn't want Rico around for real. Carmen made the cooking show into Tay love story. Carmen is in big trouble. First 48 trouble. Oh my God, not first 48 trouble. Let me see. They've been quiet about the recovered stolen truck. This is what I said earlier. What's the truck? What happened to the truck? I mean, did you get your money? Did they give you the truck back? They being real quiet about that. They haven't said anything at all about that. Any other time, you telling us everything and anything, but okay. No, that's K Michelle. Okay, thank you for that, Miss Booker. Chrisette Michelle's booking fee is about $25K to $40K. She's not an A-lister anyway. She's definitely not an A-lister. $25K. Wow. No, that's K Michelle. Chrisette got that one canceled. Chrisette, the one that got canceled after the Trump thingy. Okay, that's why I didn't. Well, now she probably, her booking fee is probably $45. Who the fuck knows? $45 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. Let's see. K Michelle had the butt implants. She was saying the other day that they had the Gucci on, that she would have never been able to afford that before Tay. Tay is playing the shit out this lady. And as I said, it's not going to end well. It's definitely not. And yeah, don't know much about her, but she has a beautiful voice. I'm just saying facts to Smitty Smith. Crook deserves every bit of the karma she's getting for scamming people. She definitely does. Well, she got a squeaky clean record. Okay, bitch, you just haven't gotten caught yet. Jennifer Jones, I thought they had dug up Whitney Houston. Oh, God. The way they were talking, right? Oh, it's somebody big. Oh, y'all all know him. Y'all gonna be shocked and floored and shocked and all. Oh, please. Good night, Tina. Hi, Miss Washington. Took said the truck was gone and they wasn't going to discuss it anymore. That's what she said. Okay. Let me put my picture up here so y'all can see me. She was just on live the other day about the truck and her friend Lawrence and Carmen. What's the allergies with Tay's nose stuffy? I mean, it is pollen season. I mean, here in Georgia. Tay sent all Crook's things she bought from Atlanta to the Goodwill. Oh my God, you guys. I can't even read that one. Y'all crazy. Take is fattening Crook up for the kill. Oh my goodness. And listen, I don't disagree with any of it at all. Like, I totally understand and agree how you guys are feeling about this whole situation. Let me see. All right, guys, listen. It is 12 midnight. I am super sleepy. But I'll be back on tomorrow for sure. It's over 1,200 people on this live. I'll be back on tomorrow for sure. And I will be at the Masterpiece Theater. No, not the Masterpiece Theater, but the did y'all see my video? The last one with Mr. Mobley, with that first clip on it. I think y'all did. I'm not gonna show that one again because I think you've seen it already. But I do want to put this up. Let me see. Yeah.
Katoria Petty says, so your ex-husband is lying too. No, y'all are being lied to about what he said. We talked to Tay's ex-husband together. So believe the lies. Believe the lies that have been told.
And
Meanwhile, Big Dick Tyrone calling me.
From what I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but whatever she said that Tay's ex-husband said, she has no proof of it, so it's all coming from her mouth, right?
Well,
am I right? Or is there a video or something?
Conversation with him, and he told us that he talked to Scandy, and we know the whole conversation. So
right, but
we know the whole conversation she had with him, and it's a lie. Carmen just be lying out her ass.
She doesn't have any proof of her conversation with him. Am I right? So this is all people coming.
You know what this man told me? He said,
wait, real quick, Carmen. Paris Bailey said you didn't chew her out.
He told me, he's like, you got a good one. She's like, he said,
All right, let me pause it right here. Let me take my picture down and put this one up. Because I know y'all are going to be in my inbox asking me about this and how to do it, etc., etc. It's exactly like the last time. All right. So go to the, don't go there first. Send $5. I've updated everything here. It's tomorrow at 10 p.m. It's $5. And it's the full audio receipts of Took's X interview with me, Nandy. All right. My Cash App is listed at the bottom, and my PayPal is scrolling across the very bottom of the screen. All right. Same drill as before. Send me a screenshot of your Cash App and request access. You need to also request access to the theater. So find it, request access, and I will let you in. And then tomorrow at 10, let the good times roll. All right. So you all have a great rest of the night. Miss Smitty said what? I actually made a comment on their live. They completely skipped over the comment. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, that's what they do. They're going to, Tay's going to control the narrative every single time. Like, did y'all see them playing card games in the bed? And Tay had to actually go through the cards and pull out the ones that she didn't want to answer. Who the fuck does that? Let's see. So will there be a recap on YouTube for those who still can't see the Facebook? I don't know what that means. Will there be a recap on YouTube for those who still can't see the Facebook? I have no idea. What do you mean, a recap? And those who can't see on Facebook? I don't know what that means. I wish you had Zelle. I don't have Zelle. But I do have Cash App and PayPal. And y'all definitely, y'all definitely have been already sending your Cash Apps over. So I'll work on that tomorrow, getting everyone in. I'm not taking any more Cash Apps after like 7 o'clock tomorrow, probably 6 o'clock, because it's a lot of work. I have to verify everyone and then let you in the room and, set up some other technical stuff. So, yeah. Nancy Jennings, I heard they're getting tons of threats. They're not getting any threats. They both have abused and used a lot of people. They've never shown one proof of any threat ever. I paid my $5 just now with my receipt for tomorrow night. Yep, a lot of you have been doing that. If you, you'll be let in tomorrow, definitely, before the show. Definitely. I'll try to get to it sooner. I try to do everything in batches. Like, I verify all of the receipts that you guys send me. Y'all don't believe what people be doing. People be making up false receipts. Y'all, I had 2 people do that. Make up a fake PayPal receipt with my name on it, paid to me. But I verify these things, and that's what takes me sometimes a little bit longer to start things, like shows and stuff like that, because I trust you, but I verify. All right. Yes, this is live. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me take this down. Put myself back up. Hello. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate your engagement, your support, your ability to think outside of what's in front of you, your critical thinking skills, all of it, very much so. So you guys have a great rest of the night, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the theater, where we will be dissecting and chopping up everything Mr. Mobley tells us. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.